Hey everyone, and welcome back to What If Kid Goku Turned Super Saiyan. This is part 10, and back to the main story. As always, I'll leave links to previous parts in the description and the cards. Just before we begin, I'd just like to remind you all to subscribe and ring the bell if you enjoy what I do here. It really does help me out. Thank you very much. So, to recap, Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan early and wiped out King Piccolo, and as a result, Kami. He later made a deal with the other three Saiyans and obliterated Frieza. More recently, Cell, overconfident and craving a challenge, hosts the Cell Games. Unfortunately, Yamcha and Krillin were both killed by Cell Juniors. Seeing his best friend die in front of him again, and with no way to revive him this time, both Goku and Nappa flew off the handle, and the latter finally achieved Super Saiyan. Cell, seeing Goku's anger and the power boost that came with it, decided to kill Gohan to make Goku even angrier, but Goku steps in front of the beam, dying to save his son. Gohan explodes into Super Saiyan 2, and with the help from his uncle Raditz, pushes back against Cell's Solar Kamehameha, and wipes him from existence. In this time, Goku completed Snake Way in less than an hour, and with help from both Kami and Kaio, discovers that Planet Namek has Dragon Balls. Gohan, Raditz and Vegeta head to Namek to make their wish. With the first wish, Kami and King Piccolo are revived, the latter being sealed away immediately by Ten Shinhan. The second wish revives Krillin, while the Dragon Balls on Earth were used to revive everyone killed by Cell, except Goku. With the third wish, Raditz is talked into wishing his father's soul to Earth, and that's where we'll pick back up today. The world is finally at peace. The cyborgs, now revived, have kept their word and not caused any trouble in the last few months. Number 17 has been visiting quite often. His bomb has been removed, but he just wants to hang out with his friends. He stays out of Vegeta's way mostly, visiting Bulma to check on the progress of number 16, who is still being worked on over the next few months. Meanwhile, number 18 seems to be getting closer to Krillin, spending a lot of time at Kame House. I should also mention that the cell growing in Dr. Jiro's basement has now been destroyed. Cell explained everything to Raditz while toying with him, and as a result, the cell of his timeline's no more. Life for Gohan and Raditz is starting to feel normal again, the wound of Goku's death fading now they realise he can come back to them whenever he's ready. Gohan has retreated back into studying, but Raditz does a good job at filling in for Goku, making sure that Gohan keeps up his training, even if it's not as much as he'd like. After all, Raditz needs a challenge too, and someone to keep pushing him forward. Aside from that, it's good uncle-nephew bonding time. One day, roughly 4 months after their return from Namek, Gohan and Raditz are sparring when they sense a strange power appear on Earth. Gohan doesn't recognize it, but it feels familiar to Raditz. The Saiyans drop everything and blast over towards the energy. When they arrive above an otherwise empty field, Raditz is amazed to see a confused-looking Bardock wildly staring at his surroundings. Just then, there's a bright glow, and suddenly another Saiyan is standing next to Bardock, looking just as confused as her partner. Raditz is overjoyed, and lands nearby, gesturing to Gohan to do the same. When she sees Raditz for the first time, Gine bursts into tears and launches herself at her firstborn, hugging him tight. Raditz, not wanting to let go, also bursts into tears. Bardock is still very confused, but he is outwardly happy to see his son. The last he knew, Raditz was off-world with Prince Vegeta. He knew his sons would survive. After a short exchange, Gine excitedly asks where Kakarot is. Raditz explains to them that Kakarot is dead, but he can be brought back to life the same way his parents were. Raditz goes on to explain everything, from his arrival on Earth to the death of his brother. Bardock is speechless. The Super Saiyan? Isn't that just a legend? But his son has unlocked its legendary power. He laughs, his pride in Kakarot overflowing. That's when Raditz tells his father that he can do it too. Bardock is stunned by this and tells Raditz to prove it. He knows his firstborn is stronger now, but a Super Saiyan? Surely not. Raditz obliges, and both Bardock and Gine are shocked and incredibly proud of Raditz, Gine in particular gushing over how cool it looks. Raditz powers down, a big smile on his face. Suddenly Gohan speaks. He's incredibly shy, as you would expect, but introduces himself to his grandparents. Gine is the first to react, throwing her arms around Gohan. Bardock is amazed that this little boy killed someone with enough power to take down his father with all the power he'd supposedly gained. Bardock and Gine set up shop near Gohan's house, preferring to live closer to the wilderness than in a big city. Gine and Chi-Chi get on like a house on fire, and Gohan is given a lot more freedom now that Gine is around to talk to Chi-Chi about Saiyan children. They do, however, agree that Gohan's studies are important. Sooner or later, when Goten is born, Gine helps keep him in check. He does still become a Super Saiyan while having a tantrum, though. Bardock spends a lot of time with Raditz in a portable gravity chamber that Bulma has made for him, Raditz eventually teaching his father how to go Super Saiyan himself. Gohan spends time with them too when he isn't studying or resting, resulting in this Gohan being a fair amount stronger than the original. Also, when you include his potential, he's leagues above his canon counterpart. Over the course of the next few years, with the world at peace, the Saiyans all focus their efforts on getting stronger, including Goku. However, when Gohan goes to school, he notices a lot of crime in the city. He becomes the superhero Great Saiyaman, though probably with a few less poses due to no exposure to the Ginyu Force at a young age. Eventually he's rumbled by his classmate Videl, and is blackmailed into taking part in the upcoming Tenkaichi Budokai. When Goku hears that his friends, and even Vegeta, are taking part, he decides now is the time to come back to life. Bulma uses the Dragon Balls she's gathered to wish Goku back to life the evening before the tournament, his entire family there to greet him. Gine bursts into tears and throws her arms around her little Kakarot. Goku's confused at first, but Raditz explains that he wished their parents back using the Namekian Dragon Balls. Goku, now understanding, hugs his mother for the first time he can remember. When the embrace finally ends, Goku lays eyes on his father. Bardock isn't one for showing outward affection, but smiles and greets his son. Goku responds by hugging him. Bardock is taken aback, but eventually returns the hug. Vegeta smirks, asking if Kakarot has been training hard. Goku winks at Vegeta and promises he'll find out at the tournament. The next day dawns and the tournament kicks off with the kids division. Goten will be slightly stronger in this story due to Bardock and Raditz taking an interest in his training, while Trunks would still be at a similar level to normal. Let's be generous and say they're about even, but this time due to his keener battle sense, Goten sees Trunks' cheap shot coming and replies with his own, sending Trunks flying out of the ring. Goten has been told about Mr. Satan by his brother and respectfully bows before punching him out of the ring. Obviously Mr. Satan plays this off and the crowd love him for it. Now for the adult division. Our roster consists of Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, Nappa, Bardock, Gine, Krillin, number 17, number 18, Gohan, Shin, Kibito, Yamu, Spopovich, Videl, and Mr. Satan. The first match kicks off with Krillin vs Nappa. Seeing as Gohan has made everyone promise not to transform, it's a hard fight, but Nappa eventually comes out on top. Krillin says that if he had to lose to anyone, he's at least glad it was Nappa. The second round is Shin vs Raditz. Given that Shin was shocked by Vegeta's power even in his base form in the original story, I would say Raditz pretty much dominates this fight. Shin surrenders with a big smile on his face. This is exactly the power he needs to help him defeat Bobbidi. Round 3 is Videl vs Spopovich, and sadly it goes the same way as it always does. After, Gohan delivers a Senzu Bean to Videl and she's back up in no time. Round 4, this time, is Yamu vs Bardock. After 7 years of intense training at higher gravity with his son Raditz and his grandchildren, Yamu is child's play for Bardock, who throws him out of the ring without transforming into a Super Saiyan. Round 5 is Kibito vs Gohan, and the same thing happens as it always does. Yamu and Spopovich get away with Gohan's energy, with Shin, Kibito, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Raditz, and Bardock giving chase. And that's where we'll end things for right now. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that Bardock and Raditz are going to make any impact on Bobbidi's spaceship, or do you think that Dabra is going to turn people to stone again? I guess you'll have to tune in next time to find out. I hope you guys enjoyed this What If, and if you did, please consider subscribing and dropping a like, it really does help me out. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.